Hello students, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today in this video, I am going to explain you a chapter from the textbook Footprints Without Feet, Supplementary Reader in English for the students of class 10th, and the name of the chapter is A Triumph of Surgery, written by James Herriot. Dear students, before detailed text explanation, let us talk about the author, characters, and the introduction or the theme of this lesson. Students, first of all, let us talk about the author of this lesson, who is James Herriot. Students, his original name was James Alfred White, and he was an English veterinary surgeon and a writer. He was born on 3 October 1969 in Sunderland, England. James Herriot was his pen name. Being a veterinary surgeon, he utilized his vast experience in writing stories about animals. He wrote a series of storybooks about animals and their masters. James Alfred White or James Herriot died on 23rd February 1995 at the age of 78. Students, now let us talk about the characters. First of all, James Herriot. He is a veterinary surgeon who proved to be a capable doctor and a wise individual. He is an animal lover and a caring guardian. Next character is Mrs. Pumphrey. She is a wealthy single woman. She is very much attached to her dog Tricky. She is very loving but weak at heart. The next character around which the whole story of this chapter revolves is Tricky. Tricky is a lazy and fat dog who loves food. He is very fond of his owner. He turns out to be energetic and lovely after recovering from his illness. Students, now let us talk about the introduction or the theme of this chapter. The story narrates the episode where the narrator, a veterinary surgeon, saves the life of a dull and fat dog named Tricky by hospitalizing him to prevent him from being overfed by his wealthy owner, Mrs. Pumphrey, who was only worsening his condition. स्टूडेंट्स, कहानी अ ट्रायम्फ ऑफ सर्जरी ट्रिकी नाम के एक बीमार कुत्ते, उसकी मालकिन मिसेस पम्फ्रे और ऑथर जो कि एक वेटरनरी डॉक्टर है के इर्द गिर्द घूमती है। ट्रिकी बेहद मोटा था, उसकी आंखें खून जैसे लाल और रूखी थीं। मिसेस पम्फ्रे उसे माल्ट, कॉड लिवर तेल और हॉर्लिक्स देती थीं, फिर भी ट्रिकी में कोई एनर्जी नहीं थी। डॉक्टर ने मिसेस पम्फ्रे को ट्रिकी को मीठी चीज़ों में कटौती करने की सलाह दी थी। ऐसा होने पर ट्रिकी ने खाना छोड़ दिया और वॉमिट करने लगा। उसे हॉस्पिटलाइज करने की ज़रूरत पड़ी। डॉक्टर ने फर्स्ट 2 डेज़ ट्रिकी को पानी के अलावा खाने के लिए कुछ नहीं दिया। तीसरे दिन ट्रिकी में इम्प्रूवमेंट दिखाई दिया। उसने ठीक तरह से खाना शुरू कर दिया था। नैरेटर ने, जो कि एक वेटरनरी डॉक्टर है, उसने ट्रिकी को मेडिकल ट्रीटमेंट नहीं दिया था। ट्रिकी बाकी डॉग्स के साथ दौड़ने और खेलने लगा था और जल्दी ही वह पूरी तरह से ठीक हो गया। इस बीच मिसेस पम्फ्रे ने ट्रिकी के बारे में डॉक्टर से फ़ोन पर पूछताछ जारी रखी। जब मिसेस पम्फ्रे ट्रिकी को लेने आईं तो उनकी आंखों में खुशी के आंसू थे। उन्होंने ट्रिकी की हेल्थ की इस मैजिकल रिकवरी को ही अ ट्रायम्फ ऑफ सर्जरी कहा है। So students, let us begin the detailed text explanation now. Tricky, a small dog, is pampered and overfed by his rich mistress. He falls seriously ill and his mistress consults a veterinary surgeon. Does he perform an operation? Does the dog recover? स्टूडेंट्स, हमें यहाँ पता चलता है कि ट्रिकी जो एक स्मॉल डॉग है, उसे उसकी रिच मिस्ट्रेस जो कि मिसेस पम्फ्रे हैं, उनके द्वारा उसे बहुत ज़्यादा प्यार किया जाता है और बहुत कुछ खाने के लिए दिया जाता है। एज अ रिज़ल्ट वह काफ़ी बीमार हो जाता है और तब मिसेस पम्फ्रे को एक वेटरनरी सर्जन जो कि खुद नैरेटर मिस्टर हैरियोट हैं, उनसे कंसल्ट करना पड़ता है। क्या जेम्स हैरियोट जो कि एक वेटरनरी सर्जन हैं, वो ट्रिकी को ठीक करने के लिए ऑपरेशन करते हैं? क्या डॉग में किसी तरह से उसकी हालत में सुधार आ पाता है. Let us read the text and find out more about it. First of all, let us see these a few questions. First question: why is Mrs. Pumphrey worried about Tricky? And next is, what does she do to help him? Is she wise in this? Who does I refer to in this story? So student, we will read further and find out the answers of these questions and many more. I was really worried about Tricky this time. I had pulled up my car when I saw him in the street with his mistress, and I was shocked at his appearance. He had become hugely fat, like a bloated sausage, with a leg at each corner. His eyes, bloodshot and rheumy, stared straight ahead, and his tongue lolled from his jaws. Students, first of all, let me make you clear. I stands for here for the narrator. And let us understand the meaning of a few difficult words in this short or brief paragraph. First of all, pulled up. This stands for stopped. Next word is blotted. Blotted stands for swollen. And next word is sausage. Sausage stands for unbaked meat. Let us see the next word, which is the bloodshot, and this word stands for red colored. And the word rheumy stands for a body disease. Students, let us see the explanation of this paragraph. Students, the lesson begins with the scene when Mrs. Pumphrey, who is a rich lady, is taking her dog for a walk. Meanwhile, a veterinary doctor or surgeon, James Harriot, the narrator, who is well familiar with the lady, stops his car and sees her dog, named Tricky, in the street with his mistress. He was shocked and worried when he sees her dog because Tricky was looking hugely fat, like a bloated sausage or swollen unbaked meat, with a leg at each corner. His eyes were bloodshot or red colored and rheumy, or suffered from a disease named rheumatism, and was looking straight ahead, and his tongue was hanging outside. Let us see further. Mrs. Pumphrey hastened to explain. He was so listless, Mr. Harriot. He seemed to have no energy. I thought he must be suffering from malnutrition, so I have been giving him some little extras between meals to build him up, some malt and cod liver oil, and a bowl of Horlicks at night to make him sleep. Nothing much really. Students, here the word listless stands for lack of energy or careless. Next word, malnutrition, stands for lack of proper diet. And next word, malt, stands for barley. हिंदी में आपने सुना होगा जौ. नेक्स्ट वर्ड, cod liver oil. This stands for oil derived from the liver of cod fish. Students, let us understand the explanation of this brief or short paragraph. Here the narrator says that, and then Mrs. Pumphrey, Tricky's owner, starts giving explanation in a hurry. She tells the veterinary surgeon, the narrator, about the condition of Tricky, that he lacked energy. According to her, he was suffering from malnutrition or lacking proper nutrition, and that is why she had been giving him some little extra things like some malt or barley and cod liver oil, or oil derived from the liver of codfish, and a bowl of Horlicks at night to make him sleep. Between meals to build him up, she told that it was really nothing much for him. Let us see further. And did you cut down on the sweet things as I told you? Students, here the narrator asks Mrs. Pumphrey if she had cut down or reduced the amount of sweet she used to give him as the narrator had asked her to do so. Further, oh, I did for a bit, but he seemed to be so weak, I had to relent. He does love cream, cakes, and chocolates, so I can't bear to refuse him. Students, here the word relent stands for to feel sorry. Let us see what Mrs. Pumphrey says here to the narrator. She told the narrator that she started giving Tricky less sweet things, but she found or seemed him very weak and she was feeling sorry for Tricky on her doing. She told that Tricky loved cream, cakes, and chocolates very much, therefore, she could not tolerate and started giving his favorite sweet things again to him. Students, let us see further. I looked down again at the little dog. That was the trouble. Tricky's only fault was greed. He had never been known to refuse food. He would tackle a meal at any hour of the day or night. And I wondered about all the things Mrs. Pumphrey hadn't mentioned. And the narrator further asked Mrs. Pumphrey, are you giving him plenty of exercise? She replied, well, he has his little walks with me, as you can see, but Hodgkin the gardener has been down with lumbago, so there has been no ring throwing lately. Students, in this paragraph, the word tackle stands for to handle or could eat. The next word wandered stands for surprised or guessed, and the word lumbago stands for backache or pain in back, and ring throwing is a kind of practiced or play which is generally conducted with the dogs. Let us understand this paragraph. Students, here the narrator looked down again at the little dog. He guessed Tricky's problem, which was Tricky's greed of eating. He never refused food. He could eat his meal at any time of the day or night. The narrator wondered or guessed all the things which Mrs. Pumphrey had not told him about Tricky and asked if she was giving him plenty of exercise. Mrs. Pumphrey told the narrator that Tricky goes out on his walks with her, but Hodgkin, her gardener who takes Tricky out to play, is not coming these days due to pain in his lower back, so he is not playing ring throwing exercise. Let us see further. I tried to sound severe. Now I really mean this. If you don't cut his food right down and give him more exercise, he is going to be really ill. You must harden your heart and keep him on a very strict diet. Students, let us understand this paragraph. Here the narrator tried to talk seriously to Mrs. Pumphrey and asked her if she did not reduce Tricky's diet pretty soon and give him more exercise, he would really become ill. He told Mrs. Pumphrey that she would have to be harsh with him and keep him on a very strict diet. Mrs. Pumphrey wrung her hands. Oh, I will, Mr. Harriot. I am sure you are right, but it is so difficult, so very difficult. She set off head down along the road as if determined to put the new rhyme into practice immediately. Students, here the word wrung stands for twisted and the phrasal verb set off stands for started and determined stands for with a set mind. And to put the new rhyme into practice stands for to follow the new routine properly. Students, in this paragraph we see that Mrs. Pumphrey twisted her hands and told the narrator that she would put Tricky on diet, but it was very difficult for her. She went from there as if she was determined or ready to follow the new routine properly. I watched their progress with growing concern. Tricky was tottering along in his little tweed coat. He had a whole wardrobe of these coats for the cold weather and a raincoat for the wet days. He struggled on drooping in his harness. I thought it wouldn't be long before I heard from Mrs. Pumphrey. Students, In this short paragraph, the word tottering stands for staggering or to move in unsteady manner. The next word is tweed coat. Here, tweed coat stands for woolen cloths, and the next word is drooping. Drooping stands for hanging down, and harness stands for a set of leather straps. Students, in this paragraph, we see that when Mrs. Pumphrey started walking from there with Tricky, the author watched them walking ahead with growing concern that how properly Mrs. Pumphrey and Tricky were following the routine. Tricky was walking in unsteady manner, wearing his tweed coat or woolen cloth. He had a wardrobe or cupboard full of such coats for the cold weather, and he had a raincoat also for the rainy season, which shows that Mrs. Pumphrey had a lot to spend on her dog Tricky. He was not able to walk properly, hanging in his harness or leather straps. The author believed that he would soon receive a call about Tricky's illness from Mrs. Pumphrey. The expected call came within a few days. Mrs. Pumphrey was distraught. Tricky would eat nothing, refused even his favorite dishes, and besides, he had bouts of vomiting. He spent all his time lying on a rug, panting, didn't want to go for walks, didn't want to do anything. Students, hear the word distraught stands for upset, and pouts stands for fits or again and again. Students, here the word panting stands for breathing heavily. In this paragraph, we see that and the author received the expected call within a few days. Mrs. Pumphrey was upset. She told the author or narrator about Tricky's poor condition, that he had stopped eating even his favorite dishes, and apart from this, he was vomiting frequently. She further told the author that Tricky spent all his time lying on a floor covering or mat, breathing in gasping manner. He did not want to go on his walks, and he did not want to do anything. I had made my plans in advance. The only way was to get Tricky out of the house for a period. I suggested that he be hospitalized for about a fortnight to be kept under observation. Students, here the word fortnight stands for a period of 2 weeks or 14 days. Here we see that the author tells us that he had already made his plans to cure Tricky. According to him, Tricky could be fine, but only if he is taken out of the house for some time. He suggested Mrs. Pumphrey that she should hospitalize Tricky for around 2 weeks or 14 days to keep him under observation. Let us see further. The poor lady almost soon, she was sure he would pine and die if he did not see her every day. Students, here the word soon stands for fainted, and next word pine stands for to cry or to lament. Student, here we see that Mrs. Pumphrey fainted. When she heard this, she believed that her dog Tricky would cry and die if she did not see his mistress every day. Let us see further. But I took a firm line. Tricky was very ill, and this was the only way to save him. In fact, I thought it best to take him without delay, and followed by Mrs. Pumphrey's wailing. This is wailing, students. I marched out to the car carrying the little dog wrapped in a blanket. Students, here in this paragraph, the word or the phrase marched out stands for walked out, and here the word wailing stands for moaning or crying. Students, in this paragraph, we see that the author James Herriot says that he was firm to his words that Tricky would be saved only by taking him out of the house and hospitalizing him for a while. He thought that this should have been done soon. We should remember that this conversation was going on a phone call, and when Mrs. Pumphrey heard this again, she started crying with grief, and then the author went towards his car to carry the little dog, Tricky, wrapped in a blanket from Mrs. Pumphrey's house. The entire staff was roused and maids rushed in and out, bringing his day bed, his night bed, favorite cushions, toys and rubber rings, breakfast bowl, lunch bowl, supper bowl. Realizing that my car would never hold all the stuff, I started to drive away. As I moved off, Mrs. Pumphrey, with a despairing cry, threw an armful of the little coats through the window. I looked in the mirror before I turned the corner of the drive. Everybody was in tears. Out on the road, I glanced down at the pathetic little animal gasping on the seat by my side. I patted the head, and Tricky made a brave effort to wag his tail. Poor old lady, I said, you haven't a kick in you, but I think I know a cure for you. Students, here the word roused stands for awoke, the word stuff stands for things, and the word despairing stands for disappointing. Next, the word glanced stands for looked, and here the word pathetic stands for full of pity. And next word is gasping. This word stands for panting or breathing heavily. Next word is patted. This word stands for to tap someone lightly with flat hand, and here the word wag stands for to shake. Students, in this paragraph we see that the maids were then woken up and asked to get out all of Tricky's stuff. His stuff or things included things like his day bed, night bed, favorite cushion, toys, rubber rings, breakfast bowl, lunch bowl, and his snack bowl. Mr. Harriot knew that so much stuff won't fit in his car, so he started rushing things. As the doctor was leaving with Tricky, Mrs. Pumphrey threw a lot of coats that Tricky used to wear in the car. As the narrator was turning the car on the turn, he saw through the rear mirror that everyone was crying. He patted the little helpless animal, who responded by wagging his tail. The narrator then thought and told Tricky that he knew that Tricky did not have any energy, but he surely had a way to get him better. Students, as you can see, here are a few questions. Let us read them, and we'll find out the answer of these questions in the upcoming portion or paragraph. The first question is the narrator as rich as Tricky's mistress? The second question is, how does he treat the dog? Next question is, why is he tempted to keep Tricky on as a permanent guest? And the fourth question is, why does Mrs. Pumphrey think the dog's recovery is a triumph of surgery? At the surgery, the household dogs surged round me. Tricky looked down at the noisy pack with dull eyes, and when put down lay motionless the carpet. The other dogs, after sniffing round him for a few seconds, decided he was an uninteresting object and ignored him. I made up a bed for him in a warm loose box next to the one where the other dogs slept. For 2 days I kept an eye on him, giving him no food but plenty of water. At the end of the second day, he started to show some interest in his surroundings, and on the third day, he began to whimper when he heard the dogs in the yard. Students, in this paragraph, the word surged stands for crowded, and the word pack stands for group of dogs. Next word is sniffing. This stands for breathing through nose. And next word is whimper. This word stands for muttering. Students, in this paragraph we see that as soon as they reached the hospital, all the other dogs gathered around the doctor. Tricky looked at all of them, and when the doctor put him down on the carpet, He couldn't even move. The other dog then sniffed him and thought to themselves that he was a very uninteresting object and that there was no use standing there, and they left. Then the narrator made the bed for Tricky in a warm box along with the other dogs. For 2 days, the narrator kept him just on water and nothing else. On the second day, he roamed around looking at the place around him, and on the third day, he was also making noise to let the people in the hospital know that he too wanted to go out with the other dogs. When I opened the door, Tricky trotted out and was immediately engulfed by Joe, the greyhound, and his friends. After rolling him over and thoroughly inspecting him, the dogs moved off down the garden. Tricky followed them, rolling slightly with his surplus fat. Later that day, I was present at feeding time. I watched while Tristan sloped the food into the bowls. There was the usual headlong rush, followed by the sounds of high speed eating. Every dog knew that if he fell behind the others, he was liable to have some competition for the last part of his meal. Students, hear the word trotted stands for moved out or to run at a moderate pace. Next word is engulfed. This stands for encircled. And the word greyhound stands for hunter dog. Next word is rolling. This word stands for to move from side to side, and thoroughly means completely. Next word inspecting means examining or checking carefully. And next word is surplus. It stands for excess. After this, next word is Tristan. Here, this word stands for the household dog of the narrator, and the headlong stands for sudden, hurried, or extremely quick. Next word is liable, stands for likely to face. Students, in this paragraph, we see that when the narrator opened the door, Tricky quickly came out and was surrounded by Joe, who was a greyhound or the hunter dog, and his friends. Again, after sniffing him for a moment, all of them left for the garden where Tricky followed them. Later in the evening, the narrator was present at the dinner time and was watching all of them, especially Tristan. As he was sloping the food, all of them were eating with great speed because they knew that if they didn't finish quickly, then the other dog, after finishing his meal, would come to eat their meal. When they had finished, Tricky took a walk round the shining bowls, licking casually inside one or two of them. Next day, an extra bowl was put out for him, and I was pleased to see him jostling his way towards it. Student, here the word jostling stands for pushing. Students, in this paragraph, we see that when everybody finished their food, Tricky went around looking at the shining bowls and also licked a few bowls. The very next day, an extra bowl was put for him, and the narrator was happy to see him running towards his bowl. From then on, his progress was rapid. He had no medical treatment of any kind, but all day he ran about with the dogs, joining in their friendly scrimmage. He discovered the joys of being bowled over, tramped on, and squashed every few minutes. He became an accepted member of the gang, an unlikely, silky little object among the shaggy crew, fighting like a tiger for his share at meal times and hunting rats in the old hen house at night. He had never had such a time in his life. Students, in this paragraph, the word scrimmage stands for fight, and trampled stands for crushed, and the word squashed stands for damaged, and the word shaggy stands for drooping rough hair. Students, let us understand the explanation of this paragraph. Student, here we see that from then Tricky started getting better really quick. He did not require any medicines and started playing with the other dogs the whole day. They all used to play with each other, bump into each other, walk over each other, and squash or damage each other. All of the other dogs accepted him as a family member, although he was very different from others, as he was very well taken care of by his owner and the others were not. He also used to fight for his meals with his fellow dogs who were much larger in size than him. At night, he would also hunt rats in the hen house. He was enjoying as he had never done such things before. Students, let us see the next paragraph. All the while, Mrs. Pumphrey hovered anxiously in the background, ringing a dozen times a day for the latest bulletins. I dodged the question about whether his cushions were being turned regularly or his correct coat worn according to the weather, but I was able to tell her that the little fellow was out of danger and convulsing rapidly. The word convulsing seemed to do something to Mrs. Pumphrey. She started to bring round fresh eggs, 2 dozen at a time, to build up Tricky's strength for a happy period. My partner and I had 2 eggs each for breakfast, but when the bottles of wine began to arrive, the real possibilities of the situation began to dawn on the household. It was to enrich Tricky's blood. Lunch became a ceremonial occasion with 2 glasses of wine before and several during the meal. Students, first of all, in this paragraph, let us see the meaning of the word hovered. Student, here the word hovered stands for hung over, and the next word bulletins stands for news, and the next word is dodged. Dodged stands for avoided, and the word convulsing stands for gaining health, and next word is down on stands for to appear, and ceremonial stands for festival. Students, let us see the explanation of this paragraph. Students, here we see that all this while Mrs. Pumphrey used to call more than 12 times a day to inquire about Tricky. Mr. Harriot used to avoid questions about the courts, bads, etc. But he told her that Tricky was doing very good and was recovering very fast. Mrs. Pumphrey wanted Tricky to recover fast. She started sending 2 dozen eggs every day for him, but Mr. Harriot and his partners would have 2 eggs each for the breakfast. Then, to improve the quality of blood, Mrs. Pumphrey started sending in bottles of wine. Then it became Mr. Harriot's habit to have 2 glasses of wine before lunch and a few along with it. We could hardly believe it when the brandy came to put a final edge on Tricky's constitution. For a few nights, the fine spirit was rolled around, inhaled, and reverently drunk. They were days of deep content, starting well with the extra egg in the morning, improved and sustained by the midday wine, and finishing luxuriously round the fire with the brandy. Students, here the word reverently stands for respectfully, and the word sustained stands for maintained, and luxuriously stands for with luxury. Students, let us see the explanation of this paragraph. Students, here we see that when Mrs. Pumphrey started sending in brandy, at that time Mr. Harriot was not able to believe that Mrs. Pumphrey actually wanted them to give brandy to Tricky. They shared it amongst themselves. Some days Mr. Harriot used to feel very happy as he would start his day with extra eggs. Then he would have a few glasses of wine in the afternoon, and then ending the day with brandy in the evening. It was a temptation to keep Tricky on as a permanent guest, but I knew Mrs. Pumphrey was suffering and after a fortnight felt compelled to phone and tell her that the little dog had recovered and was awaiting collection. Within minutes, about 30 feet of gleaming black metal drew up outside the surgery. The chauffeur opened the door, and I could just make out the figure of Mrs. Pumphrey, almost lost in the interior. Her hands were tightly clasped in front of her. Her lips trembled. Oh, Mr. Harriot, do tell me the truth. Is he really better? Yes, he is fine. There is no need for you to get out of the car. I'll go and fetch him. Students, in this paragraph, first of all, let us know the meaning of the word gleaming. And the meaning of the word gleaming is shining. And the next word is the temptation. The word temptation stands for attraction. And the next word is clasped. Clasped stands for seized firmly. The word chauffeur stands for driver. Students, let us understand the explanation of this paragraph. Students, here we see that because of all the things that were being sent to Tricky by Mrs. Pumphrey, Mr. Harriot was really tempted or attracted to keep him as a permanent guest at the surgery. He really wanted that Tricky should stay with them forever. But then he realized that Mrs. Pumphrey, who was like a mother to Tricky, was really suffering and really wanted Tricky to come back soon. After 15 days or fortnight, which is the period of around 2 weeks, Tricky was ready to go back home, and Mr. Harriot called up Mrs. Pumphrey to come and pick him up. Within a few minutes, a long black car came outside. When the chauffeur or the driver opened the door, Mrs. Pumphrey was sitting inside, really nervous as well as excited. She was asking with a nervousness in her voice that was Tricky really better, to which the doctor replied positively. Then Mr. Harriot went inside to get Tricky. I walked through the house into the garden. A mass of dogs was hurtling round and round the lawn, and in their midst, ear flapping, tail waving, was the little golden figure of Tricky. In 2 weeks, he had been transformed into a lithe, hard muscled animal. He was keeping up well with the pack, stretching out in great bounds, his chest almost brushing the grounds. Students, in this paragraph, the word hurtling stands for running with speed, and the word flapping stands for waving, and next word transformed stands for changed. The word lithe stands for elastic. Students, let us understand the explanation of this paragraph. Here we see that when Mr. Harriot went to the garden behind the house, he saw all the dogs moving around in the garden, and Tricky was sitting between them. He had recovered wonderfully in 2 weeks. He was looking much healthier, playing with the other dogs, and his chest was touching the ground. He had become a good muscular dog within 2 weeks. Students, let us see further. I carried him back along the passage to the front of the house. The chauffeur was still holding the car door open, and when Tricky saw his mistress, he took off from my arms in a tremendous leap and sailed into Mrs. Pumphrey's lap. She gave a startled ooh and then had to defend herself as she swarmed over her, licking her face and barking. Students, in this paragraph, the word passage stands for here sideway, and tremendous stands for huge. The word leap stands for jump, and the word startled stands for surprised. Students, let us understand the explanation of this paragraph. Student, here we see that when Mr. Harriot took Tricky to the front of the house, he saw that the chauffeur was or the driver was still holding the door of the car, and as soon as Tricky saw his mother like mistress Mrs. Pumphrey, he was overjoyed. He ran away and jumped into the lap of Mrs. Pumphrey and started licking her face, barking in excitement. Let us see further. During the excitement, I helped the chauffeur to bring out the beds, toys, cushions, coats, and bowls, none of which had been used. As the car moved away, Mrs. Pumphrey leaned out of the window, tears shone in her eyes, her lips trembled. Oh, Mr. Harriot, she cried, how can I ever thank you? This is the triumph of surgery. Students, the word chauffeur stands for driver. In this last and brief paragraph, the narrator or the author says that when Tricky was enjoying the company of his mistress, after around 2 weeks, the author helped the driver to bring out the all the stuff of Tricky which were not used during his treatment. When Mrs. Pumphrey was leaving in his car, she leaned out of the window. She had tears of joy in her eyes and her lips were trembling, and said to the veterinary surgeon James Harriot, the author, that she was grateful enough to him for what he had done for her and her dog Tricky. She said, this is a triumph of surgery, which means Tricky was treated without any surgery or operation. Students, in the end of this lesson, here are a few questions to answer them based on your understanding of this lesson. The first question is, what kind of a person do you think the narrator, a veterinary surgeon, is? Would you say he is tactful as well as full of common sense? Second question is, do you think Tricky was happy to go home? What do you think will happen now? And the third question is, do you think this is a real life episode or mere fiction, or is it a mixture of both? Thus, we finish the detailed text explanation of the lesson A Triumph of Surgery from the textbook Footprints Without Feet. Watch my next videos, which will be available soon, for the explanation of upcoming lessons or topics of your syllabus. Like, comment, and share this video among your friends. Don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel. Press the bell icon to be notified for the next videos.